So we made it to the end of the first day of our 14-day adventure. We definitely have already learned some things. This is how it all began. With a Ram 1500 we affectionately call Murph and a used camper shell. We plotted out a route that would be over 3,300 miles, covering the ground between Virginia, Texas, Indiana, and back again. And then we packed our bags and off we went. Traveling is one of those things you just have to do. Eventually, you've talked and planned it out as much as you can, and you just have to go for it. We planned out a couple of stops along the way, most notably Mount Mitchell, the highest point in the Appalachian Mountains. The views were spectacular, and the road to the top, intense. As we made our way to the top, we could hear a thunderstorm rolling over the mountains. I told Stuart they looked like giants sleeping under blankets. The storm hit right as we reached the summit. 6,578 feet. Standing inside a thunderstorm is an experience. My favorite thing about this experience is the fact that we put everything together ourselves. We had a vision and we made it happen. There's something to be said for going outside of your comfort zone and doing something new. So we made it to the end of the first day of our 14-day adventure from Virginia to Texas and then Texas to Indiana. First day that we tried to cook food, get our sleeping arrangements set up. We definitely have already learned some things going forward.
We forgot a can opener.
Tomorrow night we'll be able to make chili after we do get a can opener, so that'll be great.
Yeah. We learned that it's very hard to do anything when it's pouring outside.
That was very, very frustrating. So we have like a overhang set up basically off of the back of the camper top because it was raining so hard when we got here. We had to. We've learned some things that we can take going forward that'll make things a lot easier. In the morning time, hopefully the weather will be better. I really don't have anything to complain about.
No.
Been pretty awesome.
I'm with
so
you.
far.
I'm pretty happy.
We're gonna get some sleep.
Yep.
Call it a night.
That's it.
So it's morning time. We made it through the first night in our camper shell.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby. It was really cold outside. It's cold right now. It's probably like what?
I think it's around 40. The wind chill's around 30.
Yeah, so it's definitely a chilly morning, but it's cozy in here. We have our blankets and our sleeping bags, and it was a really nice night. And it's so peaceful here. Like, all that you can hear are birds and nature. There's no road noise, no planes, and nothing. And there were a couple of other people staying here, but they're far, like, at a distance away.
Hundreds of yards.
It's really peaceful.
I don't want to get up, but I really want some coffee.
I want to do some yoga. It'd be really, really nice to do. Just stretch out, because I haven't been able to do that yet, and we've been doing a lot of sitting. So we only have like 6 hours to drive today, and we're going to go to a national forest in Mississippi, see what that has to offer. It's going to be a good day. So I just got done doing some morning yoga, and Stuart has made himself a traditional breakfast of scrambled eggs and bacon.
I call that American.
I intermittent fast in the morning, so I'm not going to eat until a few hours from now, but I have a cup of coffee and I'm going to enjoy that, and then whenever we get done eating, get our lives together and head on out and hit the roads.
Feels great.
It's a beautiful morning, and doing yoga in the sunshine with the air and everything, once I warmed up, the temperature was perfect. It's just, the air is so clear and it smells so good. Enjoy our breakfast and then get started with the rest of the day. I think it is vitally important to get away from what's familiar. There's a whole world of new experiences waiting. So we made it all the way to Mississippi. We are driving to a national forest to try to find somewhere to spend the night.
Everywhere's flooded.
This entire state is incredibly waterlogged right now. Of course, they have had a ton of rain, some pretty extreme weather, but we're just seeing houses on either side that are just completely water all the way up to the doors down.
We're on a road and it's basically like a levee.
You can put that down.
Yeah.
No, that did nothing. It's like this whole thing that we're doing is so doable. Lots and lots of people do it, and it's not really all that hard, especially if you ever have grown up camping in a tent or anything like that. I'm definitely going to learn some do's and don'ts coming out of this thing on the other end. I mean, already just a couple days in, we've learned some stuff.
Sausage, and bacon.
So it is morning time now. We were trying to make our way to a national forest, but didn't end up making it because, come to find out, the entire state of Louisiana is just
And
Mississippi is just completely waterlogged. They had really horrific flooding, the worst flooding that they've had in 70 some odd years.
Richard, the rain is coming down now again. Certainly we don't need any more rain with this flooded river situation behind me. In 1928, 1 year after a major flood here in Memphis, the Congress passed the U.S. Flood Control Act. Since then, $4.3 billion have been invested, and experts tell me for every $1 spent, $14 worth of property is protected.
Underneath the I-55 bridge, the mighty Mississippi shows off its power. Today, the river crossed into moderate flood stage, and in the days ahead, it's expected to reach its fourth highest level on record. While these Memphis area teams are feeling okay about their containment system now, they're still concerned for another potentially higher level of flooding coming downstream the Mississippi in the spring.
And people have lost their homes. We saw houses that were completely covered up in water, like just really horrific flooding. So we found a WMA that we were going to stay at called Mahana, but it was flooded as well. So we ended up just staying at the entrance of the WMA, kind of just parked by the side of the road. It ended up working. It was actually a really, really pleasant night. So much wildlife. I think in situations like this, the wildlife are the ones that come out on top. But I wanted to show you our camp real quick. It was a little bit more of a hasty setup just because we weren't trying to make anything super permanent, but
we're dealing with rain.
This is where we slept. We converted this camper top into a sleeping / cargo area. So we have this ledge up here where we can store our cooler and bins and water bins and anything extra that we need to. We have a cargo net that stretches over it. And then we have this foam mattress that is incredibly comfortable that we got from Joann Fabrics. And we have it covered just with a wool blanket on top and then a packing blanket on the bottom. Harbor Freight for the win. And then we have our sleeping bags, some pillows. It's just really cozy. We close it up at night. The windows in the back can open and we just slide those open and the screens keep the bugs out. And it's just really cozy and really pleasant. So that is what our life has looked like the past couple of nights. Today, we're going to be driving from Louisiana to Texas, and it's like a 7.5, 8-hour drive with stops, so it'll probably be like 9 hours. So we're going to be getting to our final destination today. But it's been a really, really successful trip.
It's been fun.
It's been an adventure for sure. We're going to get everything packed up and then we're going to hit the trail.
You can't be afraid to make mistakes. There's a saying that goes, nature loves courage. You'll never know until you try. I chose to only film the first half of our trip because more than anything, I wanted to use this as an opportunity to recharge and be present.
Hello.
Waterburger.
First stop in Texas. Oh, you video recording us?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were doing that.
Oh my gosh. It feels so good. It's so warm and the birds are singing and the air smells good. And we're just sitting because there's road construction and we turned off the truck and I'm not even mad that we're sitting. I'm so happy. It's so beautiful here.
Pretty awesome.
Texas is a magical, magical place. Be there before we know it. We have almost made it to our final destination for the first leg of our trip, Stuart's parents' house in Somerville, Texas. Now we're gonna wrap it up in Somerville.
We have driven 1,581 miles and 26 hours and 10 minutes on the road.
We are so far away from the Northeast right now, and it feels so good.
Yeah, I'm so happy with it.
Yeah. We made it.
Yeah, kiss.